Hello, Namaste, Salam Alaikum, Sasrikal. Welcome back to another session with your Vahchef at vareva.com. Today we are going to learn how to make a basic boondi. Boondi means a lot of things. It means not only the savory kind, the sweet kind, boondi ladoo, motichur ladoo and many other kinds of it. So today we are going to learn how to make basic boondi. This is a kind of a ladle with holes what we use to make boondis. So if you see, there is a slightly protruding with a hole. This lets the batter fall drop by drop so that you get perfect boondi. This is another version of this boondi maker, but the holes are really small. This is what we use to make motichur ladoos. This is another kind of strainer what we use at homes. This does not have that elevation. So whenever you put boondi with this, you may not get perfect, but if you do not have the boondi ladle, you can use this to make boondi at home. Now I may look like a ladle butterfly, but these are the kinds of chunnis they use to make boondi. You do not need all of them, just you can use the regular strainer at home to make your boondi. If you want to purchase these boondi ladles, you can go and ask for the smaller version. These are used to make thousands of ladoos. Whenever you go and ask for this chickpea flour, what we call as besan, there are two kinds of them. One is ladoo besan, that is very coarse, and this is the regular fine besan what we use to make pakoras. This is the flour we are going to use to make boondi. To make the batter for boondi, take this chickpea flour what we call besan, to this add water and make kind of a thick paste first. If you add lot of water right away, it will form lumps. So add little less water first and make it into a kind of a thick paste that will eliminate all the lumps that can form. Once you make it into a thick paste, now pour water and make it into a batter of pouring consistency. Now this batter is almost ready, but not a perfect batter, because we are going to check how to make a perfect batter to make boondi by little bit of trial, and at the same time you will learn lot of techniques that go into making a perfect boondi. In the hotels, I saw a lot of halwai chefs adding little bit oil into this batter and mixing it. Apparently that helps in pouring this batter smoothly into the oil. First thing is, before we start frying boondi, we will check if the batter is right. Just take a spoon, dip one end of the spoon into the batter and then just put one drop into the oil from a height of 6 to 8 inches. It is taking lot of time for this batter to form into drops and fall. That means it is a disaster batter. This batter is not good. So we need to rectify the batter. So we are going to add some more water into this batter. I am going to try it again. This time the batter looks little better. If you notice this boondi, they are formed into roundels, but they are still heavy. If you see, they do not look very hollow. That means you need to add a little more water. The second time we poured the batter, it is almost 75% perfect, but I added little more water. Now look at the pouring consistency of this batter. Now this is 100% perfect to make your boondi. Now using this boondi maker, pour the batter and immediately this batter will start going through this chunni, and if you want you can also tap it. Now you can look at this, how roundels these boondis come out, slightly golden color, and then strain off your boondi and then transfer it onto a cloth or a plate. Another added tip is, after you make the batter, let this batter rest for 10 minutes. That is when you will get the perfect boondi. See, after you add the batter should drop slowly. Otherwise, you can also do one more thing, is take a ladle and just rotate it on top. That is when all this batter will fall into droplets. This is the color you need to remove when you are making boondi ladoo, but we are making khara boondi, so we want these boondi very crispy, so we are going to let them color a little bit more. Wow. Keep the flame little bit low to medium for making boondi, and in no time your boondi will get nice color. The difference of making boondi for ladoo and for a khara boondi is, you let this boondi remain soft when you are making it for boondi ladoo, but we are going to learn in another entire session. Now to make this masala boondi, take curry leaves, fry them, and even the peanuts. Just add the chilli powder that you desire on top of these curry leaves. Lot of people use fried garlic also, that gives very good flavor. Add salt and make powder of this and add peanuts to that. all this peanuts, curry leaf and this salt and into this boondi and mix it. This is a kind of a South Indian style of making khara boondi. You can sprinkle more of chilli powder on top. I like to make it very spicy if I am having to eat this with sambar and also salt. There is a lot of peanuts. You can reduce the amount of peanuts and even reduce the quantity of curry leaves. In fact, you can omit curry leaves if you don't like them. Dear friends, here is my spicy boondi with a lot of peanuts. Dear friends, you cannot go wrong because I have shown by step, if you add little less water than what is required, they will not have the shape and the boondi will come very heavy. If you add little more water, they can get little better, but they are still not perfect. But when you add perfect amount of water, your boondi will be round, light, and by mistake if you add more water, the boondi will have lot of holes and they will absorb more oil. Dear friends, so if you added little extra water, add little more of the flour and correct it. And if your batter is too thick, add little water and dilute it till you get a perfect boondi. After you get little batch of perfect boondi, then you can go ahead and make the entire batch. Make and add your own kind of spices. We have learned the basic boondi in which I added the spices. How I like to eat my boondi, especially eat it with sambar rice. But you can make your own variation. I hope you have enjoyed today's session of learning how to make boondi with your Vahchef at Vareva.com. In the coming sessions, we will learn various kinds of boondi ladoos. But remember, Vareva is all about inspiring others to cook. So please post your recipes and cooking tips at Vareva.com so others can benefit from your great cooking. Thank you. Flying!